Oh, of course, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni are at the heart of some huge Hollywood drama that's apparently got the whole world on the edge of their seats. Shocking claims? Check. Heated confrontations? You bet. Serious accusations? Oh, absolutely, because that's how every well-adjusted movie set operates, right? Naturally, everyone in the entertainment world and on social media is sitting around wondering, how did this go so horribly off the rails? Let's rewind a bit. So, according to Justin Baldoni, his life took a dramatic turn when he and Blake Lively teamed up for the movie It Ends With Us, a project he'd been pouring his soul into for, 5 whole years. I'm sure it was a totally normal, stress-free experience, just like any other Hollywood endeavor.
This text from Blake Lively is insane. If you knew me in person longer, you'd have a sense of how flirty and yummy the ball busting would play. It's my love language, spicy and playfully bold, never with teeth.
Oh, of course, Justin was just so passionate about creating a film that would resonate with audiences everywhere. He spent countless hours, brain cells, and probably a few years off his life trying to make sure everything went smoothly. But then Blake Lively, bless her heart, swooped in as the lead actress and allegedly decided, why not take the whole thing over? Apparently, she didn't just offer helpful advice like a well-meaning co-star. No. She demanded massive changes, practically directing the film herself. One of her minor demands? Oh, just this little thing called final cut approval. You know, the kind of decision-making power usually reserved for, say, the director or top producer. But Blake, who was hired to act, apparently thought, what's the harm in acting like I own the whole project? Justin, understandably, felt like he had no choice but to cave to her, because who wouldn't listen to someone who wasn't actually in charge of the project? After all, it's only his 5 years of blood, sweat, and tears on the line. Then, just when you think it couldn't get more ridiculous, Blake pulls out the big guns. She accuses him of harassment. Classic Hollywood move, right? These are super serious accusations, the kind that can ruin someone's career before you can even say cut. And of course, after these explosive claims, Justin finds himself in a real pickle. Anxiety, job losses, and even his own agency ditching him like an old sweater. But being the innocent victim he claims to be, Justin insists these accusations were total fabrications. So, naturally, he goes on a public crusade to prove his innocence, armed with evidence, aka text messages showing Blake was the one knocking on his trailer door more times than anyone cares to count. The plot thickens. So, Blake, clearly terrified for her life and feeling unsafe, decides the best course of action is to send a whole bunch of text messages to Justin, because that's totally what someone does when they're genuinely scared, right? According to Justin, these texts prove Blake wasn't in danger at all. She was just setting him up to look guilty. Oh, the drama. Meanwhile, Blake stays firm in her story and files a $250 million lawsuit, because naturally, that's what you do when someone makes your life so horrible. Why settle for a simple apology when you can go for a hefty paycheck? And because everything must escalate in Hollywood, Justin counters with his own lawsuit for a cool $400 million, claiming that Blake's accusations have totally wrecked his reputation and career. Let's not forget, $400 million is a lot of money. And if Blake loses, well, it's going to be a real financial headache for her, considering her net worth is nowhere near that amount. The plot thickens even more as Hollywood insiders start comparing Blake to Amber Heard, another actress involved in a sensational case with mutual accusations flying. Could Blake, too, be using the Me Too movement to paint herself as a victim? The suspense. Suddenly, the actress who once exuded bubbly, down-to-earth charm is now being labeled as manipulative, controlling, and maybe even a little dishonest. But wait, there's more. Justin claims that Blake didn't just hijack his movie, she literally took over the premiere of It Ends With Us and banned him from fully attending. I mean, why let the person who spent years on the film celebrate it, right? Instead, Justin says he had to hide out in the basement while Blake took all the spotlight, posing for photos like she was the only one who mattered. Now that's some next-level control. And just when you think it couldn't get more ridiculous, Justin's lawyer drops a bombshell. Apparently, Blake's PR team was busy working overtime, spinning the media to make her look like the poor, helpless victim while painting Justin as the villain. So it's a full-on media circus at this point, and everyone's just waiting to see who'll come out on top in this messy, multi-million-dollar showdown. the sweet sound of Hollywood justice. So, the drama really took a toll on Justin. Not only did he have to deal with the emotional roller coaster of being accused of something he claims he didn't do, but the whole industry apparently jumped on the Blake bandwagon and blacklisted him faster than you can say reputation ruined. Imagine putting years into building your career, only to have it shredded by one person's accusations. Accusations he swears are completely false. Talk about a punch in the gut. And it didn't stop there. His family life, stress levels off the charts. His agency, gone in a puff of smoke. It seemed like no one in Hollywood wanted anything to do with him. Meanwhile, Blake's camp is out here claiming that Justin is the one who was difficult to work with. According to them, his version of events is just a desperate attempt to cover up his own, missteps. Oh, and don't forget Blake's loyal fans who are still holding on to the image of her as the sunshine and rainbows girl. How could someone so approachable and nice suddenly turn into a control freak? It's a tough pill to swallow, clearly. But wait, the courts are now involved and things are starting to get spicy. Blake tried to pull the classic gag order move, hoping to silence Justin and stop him from publicly talking about the case. But guess what? The judge said, nope. Huge setback for Blake right there. She also tried to pick and choose who would question her under oath. But surprise, the judge shot that down too. So with each legal loss, it's looking like Blake's grip on this situation is slipping, and Justin's chances are looking a little stronger. Now, let's talk money. Blake's net worth is a respectable $30 million, but her husband, Ryan Reynolds, has a cool $350 million. So together, they've got a net worth of $380 million. Just $20 million short of the $400 million Justin is aiming for in his countersuit. If he wins, let's just say Blake and Ryan might be reassessing their vacation plans, because that kind of loss could take a serious hit on their fortune. Hollywood, am I right? Oh, the suspense just keeps building. People are absolutely riveted by the idea that this whole drama could send Blake and Ryan Reynolds into a massive financial tailspin. But the real head-scratcher? Ryan's silence. Usually, we'd expect a spouse to step up and defend their partner, especially when serious accusations are flying around. But nope, Ryan's been as quiet as a mouse. Some are wondering if he's not sure what to say, or maybe, just maybe, he has a few doubts about Blake's side of the story. Could it be that even the king of quippy tweets is staying out of this one because he's not totally sold on the situation? Hollywood insiders are having a field day with this, claiming that if Blake's proven to have lied, her career could go down in flames. I mean, nobody in the film industry wants to touch someone who's been labeled as manipulative and dishonest, especially when there's so much money and so many reputations on the line. Being called a diva? Yeah, that's bad. But being accused of orchestrating an entire smear campaign against a colleague? That's career suicide. If this all plays out badly for her, she could be blacklisted, with nothing but tumbleweeds rolling through her inbox for future projects. On the flip side, if Justin can actually prove he was falsely accused, he could completely turn his career around. Imagine him as the guy who stood up for the truth, even when taking on a star as big as Blake Lively and her powerful PR machine. But of course, if his claims end up being exaggerated or fabricated, well, let's just say things will get real ugly, real fast. Talk about high stakes for both sides.